Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is now 2:29 a.m. We just wrapped up Stealth Elf down Forest Ninja, and then we took Legendary Stealth Elf down Poop Blade Sink. Got to showcase the heroic so you could get a first-hand look at the battle damage. Who we're to now, of course, I go alphabetically. Life Element, we have Stealth Elf, Stump Smash, Zook. So you do the math, we would be with Stump Smash. Stump Smash, one of those characters, kinda, your original guard, if you will, old school at this point. Don't know that he's ever really, he's definitely not been the most popular. He has a few fans, but it's one of those things, there's not, it's not like on the level of Hot Dog, Pop Fizz, Wrecking. Some of the characters just, kind of have like a big fan base behind them. Stump Smash is one of those guys that if you actually take the time to play with him, you're going to enjoy him. He'll grow on you significantly. Plus, his Series 2 pose is pretty freaking awesome. That said, right here, this is not Series 2 Stump Smash. This is Series 1 Stump Smash. Again, for people to say I never wear hats, you're welcome. Haven't had him out in a while. Took him down the Smash and Bash path. He's fully upgraded with the Soul Gem maxed out. You can kind of see the thorn bark there to get an idea of what Smash and Bash would look like. Of course, you've basically got what AAB is like. A lot of people don't realize this is kind of hard to execute, but he does this deal where he will just like run smashing the ground. Let me see if we can get it going. If you ever do that, and again, it's kind of awkward. More often than not, you're not going to get it to work correctly. You're just going to wind up, doing the standard smashes. Maybe quick, but if you can do that, it is quite fun to blow through enemies like that. His other combo on the first upgrade, I think it's like a 360 spin. It's AAZ. You get the feel for it. Then I think he had Croquet and the plume when you smash one. So he's got acorns, that you spit, or nuts, and then you have the Mega Nut. Now if you come in and you smash it, you kind of see that cloud of gas like you're used to seeing with Life Element. It'll do damage. And then you can also press Z and it'll kind of croquet it. Basically it shoots it at people. Let me stick that there. Right here we're aiming at Callie. She doesn't seem to care, and this is what happens to people that don't care. They get hit with a Mega Nut. That was funny. I don't know if she did that because that went in her face or just she was looking up. But if you saw when that rolled down to her, she kind of like turned her chin up toward this guy. Nonetheless, that's that. That is actually the extent of Smash and Bash. Definitely not the most flashy, probably not the most memorable, but deals very, very nice damage. If I have time, I may get to take him through a heroic for you. That said, we're going to go into our usual detail here with Persephone and probably on the ship with our Series 2.
Drop the hammer!
And gotta love his lines if you pay close attention. As you should be able to... Why do they say he's at 501? He's one of these characters that keeps losing money. He's not at 501. He's at like 5... He's probably at 600. This ticks me off. Well, it basically like ruins what we were doing. That would take a long time and probably drop frames to do. I guess we'll play Sky Stones and hope we don't get a stone or something. I assure you, he's had 11,523 times now. It's pretty ridiculous. Anyway, if you like Sky Stones, you're in for a treat. Watch me lose or something. This guy he gets fairly tough if you've played him a few times. Just primarily you'll set things up and then he'll take over and then you realize you're kind of, working on borrowed time type situation. Of course, it's always best to take his stone, but then of course he's got something to take yours, so you want to make sure that you've got stones that can take the stones that you play. Especially your like first 2 moves is when it's real prone to happen. Like I said, he'll do that, and then if the thing is with him, you know, we'll come in and we'll play the Blaster Troll to do that, and we'll take that back, but then he'll come in on the side, and the bad thing about that stone he played, it's got 2 sides with nothing, so you know he can take it. So what you want to avoid doing is using like your best stone, if you will. So let's see. How should we take that one? Shame we don't have one with 3 on it. Well, we do, just not in this deck. Let's go ahead and do this. That way, if you pull something, feel like we're pretty good.
Spiderlings.
So of course now he comes in. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. Let's just go ahead then and seal this off. Again, you can save that so you always have an ace in the hole, but he kind of did some stupid stuff here this time around, so I'm not worried about beating him.
D-Riveter. Throw Archer.
But sometimes this guy, I mean, it's a deal where you think you do the right thing and then he kind of coaxes you into playing and then you realize you made a mistake, so I've learned you have to watch for that. Thank you. Okay, so we're up to 11,626. Let's hope when we leave here we really have it. Stump Smash so far is really the only one I've noticed that's happened to. If it goes away here, I'll at least have it recorded. But anyway, let's see. We're gonna go ahead and take a look here. Right now, what he has is Pulverize. Press A to smash. It does about 20 damage, which is pretty respectable right out of the box. And then AA, holding A, you perform a combo. I think it's a slight spin if I remember right. When acorns attack, it's a pretty sweet shot. Spit acorns at your foes to slow them down. I think it does about 8 box stock. First purchased. You know what? We can cover that. What I will do, I'll go ahead and go into detail here. I showed you Series 1 at the beginning. Stump Crusher combos is the first one down, smash and bash. AAB for Stump Fist Charge, that's that one I told you was pretty fun to use if you can get it to work. AAZ for Stump Fist Spin. Then Acorn Croquet that we hit Callie with. Press Z when facing a Mega Nut, which is your tertiary attack, to send it flying at your enemies. And then Smash Mega Nut. Press A when facing a Mega Nut to make it explode, damaging enemies. Soul Gem, of course, waterlogged. You can float and regain health and water. And I'm not going to spoil it. We're actually going to wait on the Soul Gem. So let's go ahead and get. Okay, he still has the money, luckily. But that really wasn't me just overseeing it and, you know, not having the money. He's lost. I think he was at like 11,580, and then he was at this last time I'd gotten him back up, I think, to like 11,540, and both times he'd regressed to like 11,5ish, which of course would have been like 19 short. So anyway, here's what the Pulverize looks like. And then, of course, when the acorns attack, you kind of get a feel for that one. AAA, that's what it is. It was the smashing the stumps together.
Ready for another
Alright, his first purchased upgrade is called Petrified Pummel. What's awesome here, since I am going to take him down Nutcrafter, again, I told you in SSA if the characters came back for Swap Force and I hadn't taken them down the other path, I'd do that. Which I am interested in that one. I mean, a lot of times these life element characters, second path, pretty interesting. But what's cool here and what I was trying to get to, this actually matches. What we see on a Series 2 post. So, first upgrade there, Petrified Pummel, increased damage on the Stump Fist, runs 300.
Stump Smash! Smash!
That looks a lot bigger than I remember. I just thought it, the first round, I just thought it kind of like got the gold plating there. But anyway, he's pretty impressive out of the box on that primary side. Next up, spiny acorns. I kind of like the look of the regular acorn, but I mean, I realize this goes along with more damage. Acorns are spiny and do increased damage. Cost $4.20.
Whole lot of smash.
Yeah. So when we spit the acorns, now it's kind of probably more what everyone's used to seeing. There's a good look for you. I just really like the aesthetics of Stump Smash's poses. One of those ones he's always probably going to rank high in that regard with me. Next up, we get his tertiary attack, which is the Mega Nut. Press Z to create a Mega Nut that damages any enemy it touches. Cost is $5.40. Let's go ahead and pick that.
Whole lot of smash.
And if you have a horrible memory, that's what it looks. That's a really good shot of that, actually. Note that he currently can't like smash it in the gas. So now we get to his final one, and again, you're kind of. I showcased this right when we turned Series 1 around. It's called Thorn Bark. Thorns shoot out when you are hit, damaging all nearby enemies. This is a pretty cool deal. Again, it's something that doesn't get talked about a lot. Somewhat unique. I kind of thought it was a nice touch. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. Now again, right here, since this is a Series 2 character, you can click the wrong thing, you can accidentally press A, whatever happens, you can switch the paths. That's why do you get a Series 2? You can switch the path, you get a Wow Pow, you're a fan of the character, you like the repos. But in-game purposes, the ability to switch the path is killer, and of course we get the extra move in the Wow Pow. That said, Smash and Bash is what I showcased to you with Series 1. We're going to come in here now and take Nutcrafter. Again, I am actually interested in seeing how this one pans out. Further develop your Acorn and Mega-Acorn abilities. And of course this one, further develop your Stump Fist attacks. So, Nutcrafter, we're going to see what the Acorn and Mega-Acorn abilities are going to do for us. And get started now.
Stump smash, smash.
Alright, you can see that spike there, and then on that Stump Fist and that Stump Fist. Again, it's kind of like when Stealth Elf Soul Gem, she regains the health. You have to watch for it. I'll try to showcase it in the heroic. I'll take some hits intentionally so you can kind of watch it happen. It doesn't do a lot of damage to enemies, but it is, like I said, pretty cool, you know. First upgrade down Nutcrafter is called Pollen Plume. Acorns explode, growing plants on all nearby enemies. Now, I didn't mention it, primarily because there weren't any enemies on the deck of the ship, but when you actually spit out the acorns, even with Smash and Bash, Stump Smash, if you hit an enemy with them, it does 8 damage, but then it'll start to grow foliage on them. As it does that, it kind of slows them down. You probably remember it from like the SSA battles with Chaos's minions. There's that one earlier in the game with his Dark Stump Smash. But if you haven't played that, check it out. You'll kind of see what I mean. But again, this is Pollen Plume, runs 1020, and when the acorns explode, they'll grow plants on nearby enemies. So this alone would be very interesting. Essentially, you press B. Let's see if we can see it explode. No. Okay, we'll have to do that in-game. But bear with me here. Next one up is called Mega Nut Propagation. Press A when facing a Mega Nut to make it burst into acorns. Mega Nut again is your tertiary attack or Z button here on the Wii. So, take a look at that screenshot. We should see something similar.
Stump smash, smash.
What'll be cool here, this is kind of a, you know, chain issue, if you will. We get the Mega Nut, then when we smash it, we get 4 acorns, which then blow up and creates the pollen plumes on enemies. So I like it when the things kind of interconnect with one another. His final upgrade down Nutcrafter, Double Nut. Press B to spit 2 acorns at once. Cost is 1800. This should be pretty fun. This is one of those things with the Wow Pow I don't know that I'll get a good feel for, but I'll try to keep it in mind. So essentially we can only spit one. Oh, and it's at the same time. That's gonna be pretty cool. Gives him a nice combination of, you know, approaching projectile and then just laying the hammer down, literally. It's coming again. His soul gem, fairly unique. The only caveat is it has to be done in water. It's called waterlogged. You can float and regain health in water. This is really cool. You don't have to use it too often. Again, you know, if your skill set, you know, you lose health a lot or have trouble, and you're in a water level, this makes him a big asset. Only problem is, you know, like I said with Stump's or Stealth Elf, she just runs around and regenerates the health. Say you're in like one of the mine well, the mines do have water. Say you're in Lava Lakes Railway, maybe, I don't know, somewhere that doesn't have water. You can't use this, so it's kind of a catch-22 type deal. Really cool and unique. Plus, I can't showcase this in the heroic because there's no water. But if you actually do this, he'll kind of occasionally like spit water out of his mouth. It's kind of like a fountain feature. It's pretty funny. Seems like he hummed or something too. Anyway, cost 2,400. That's with the 20-wing sapphire discount.
Whole lot of smash.
Alright, so can't really showcase that to you. There's a good look at him. We're going to come in now. Again, this will be all brand new to me, the Wow Pal. Auto nuts. Hold B to rapidly spit out a series of nuts. As you can see, they almost look like grenade acorns at this point in time. Or pineapples, you know, something along those lines. I'm going to run with grenades. But, I don't know if they're going to home in on people, but I am interested in it. So let's go ahead and pick it up. He'll have 106 left, even though he should have more than that. Let's stand here for good measure. Oh, it changed his standard one too. They went from what you saw to kind of like a green grenade look. Anyway, that was just me tapping B. I'm now going to hold B. Wow, let me count this. 5. That's going to be a total of 10. That could get really in. That could get really fun. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, so our Nutcrafter Stump Smash, fully maxed out now, Soul Gem and Wow Pal. There's a standard A button, Pulverize. Secondary attack now. Wow. Okay, no last one. Okay. Anyway, the secondary attack looks like this, which is just basically kind of wise out 2 of the acorns. Now they're kind of an evolved nut, if you will. Tertiary attack is the Mega Nuts. When he and it changed the acorns there even. So that's pretty cool. He can't do much else with the Mega Nut, I guess. Oh, okay, you can projectile it like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it with your Mega Nut, but you know, it can, like say you were getting ambushed by approaching enemies, you can kind of spit that out and then you can just unload with the Wow Pal, and then the Mega Nut will roll in, do damage, etc. I think the best thing to do here is just go play it. You know, that's going to be our best recourse to kind of see what things pan out like. Let's go in here.
Now that you took out...
You know the drill here. We're going to go to Lightning Rods, which is close to the start conveniently. Fight, teleport, fight. Fight and teleport your way to the Trial of Mass +3 armor. Again, main concern isn't that. It's simply that there's a nice assortment of enemies, and more importantly, that'll allow us to kind of set things up, each little move, and we can kind of get a feel for what they do. I will also take damage somewhere, and we'll get to see what the Thorn Bark does. I think I'll do that against the first Shadow Knight, and then we can maybe see what it'll do.
So here's the stitch.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so the stumps 30, basically from 20 to 30. There are times that his initial attack can peak at 30. Let's see here. Let's have some fun. I'm just gonna do the Wow Pal. So 24 nut. that is quite efficient. What do we want to do now? Let's see what the Mega Nut will do to this Shadow Knight.
A teleporter has appeared.
Okay. Stump Smash, I can't kind of mess around as much as with Stealth in terms of the time limit. Alright, I'm going to get hit here. Okay, see that radius of thorns? It looks like it, what, did 8 to him? Yeah, I'm going to say that the Thorn Bark does 8 damage to enemies, and eventually, as you can see, it will kill them. So, let me try to do a combo move on these guys. It's going to be one of those things that's hard to do.
2 teleporters have appeared.
There's the Wow Pow, just wreaking havoc. Here's the Mega Nut.
A teleporter has appeared.
Let's try the Mega Nut here. And now I'm going to... Yeah, that's pretty efficient.
A teleporter has appeared.
Let me try to fit through here. He's kind of a wide
You're halfway there.
Yeah. I wanted that XP. Okay, what do I want to do here? Let's see. You can see the Thorn Bark again. It is 8. And I had something planned. Anyway, that's just a standard move there. I wasn't holding B down, so that's why I was just kind of 2 at a time, slowly. We'll do the Wow Pow again here. You can kind of tweak the angle. You know, you don't have like a lot of control. It is really handy. Saw a 36. Might have been the angle or the close proximity.
Don't give up.
Alright, let's 45. Okay, I think that combo did 90. I don't know if you saw it there, but I got the 45, and then on that combo, I feel like we did get a 90. So, he's not as slow as people think, but I mean, he's no stealth wolf, so we're kind of going to be careful here. Let's have some fun. You gotta admit, that's pretty sweet.
Tribal mask review.
Gotta say, at this point in time, it's kind of a toss-up. I haven't played Smash and Bash in a while, but Nutcrafter, pretty good. The thing we didn't get to see a lot of here is when the acorns explode and we get that little pummel on the enemies.
Major props to you, and please take this reward as a reward.
Okay, I have a bad feeling about this, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to pull our Series 2 Stump Smash, and I'm going to put Series 1 on for you so we can do a comparison, if you will. Again, Series 1 went down Smash and Bash, so we're going to get a feel for that. He's done all these, just not in this game. So, fight teleport fight with Elrod. Try to maybe get through here a little bit. I'm just hoping it doesn't like botch the entire
3, 2, 1.
We'll get started low key. That's all he's got is the spiked acorns, which do 16, which I mean that's pretty good. Let's do some Mega Nut Croquet right now. 38. We'll hit this. 30. Yeah, I mean that's pretty sweet. The Croquet, you've got to admit, it kind of serves as his projectile here. Then of course the Smash, really only 30. I'm sure I mentioned this, but the green around Stump Smash down there, that indicates Series 1, if you didn't know. What can I do? 16. There you can kind of see it grow on the shadow. Okay, let's try this. You know what, I'll save that for a Shadow Knight. You get the idea there.
2 teleporters have appeared.
I actually wanted to do something. different. Alright, A to Z time. 45 on the spin, and let's have some fun. No, wrong combo. Again, that's only going to deal like 15 a hit, but he gets like 4 or 5 in. So,
A teleporter has appeared.
what I'd like to do now is the propagation one. Let me get these barrels out of my way. I'm going to blow up a Mega Nut real quick. Okay. Well, we hit him, I think.
You're halfway there. A teleporter has
Well, Mega
appeared.
Nut killed him. Things just aren't going. I mean, they're going our way, just not in terms of damage. Okay. Looks like, was that 30? Let's see, you can kind of see the foliage on that
A teleporter has
guy.
appeared.
Stump. That looked like a 45 and maybe a 50. It could have been a 30%. Let's see if we can get the drill archery.
1 minute remaining.
I'm guessing that blow up of the Mega Nut must do 30 as well. Let's see.
2 teleporters have appeared.
But I still need to do AAZ. This is going to be cutting it really close.
A teleporter
Okay,
has
that was
appeared.
pretty impressive. Looks like a couple 30s and a 45. Gotta get to this side. Alright. Try the Mega Nut blow up again. Not quite sure what.
Tribal mask revealed.
You know, this is really a tough
Heroic
one
challenge
to
complete.
pick a
Excellent
path.
job.
With the Wow Pal, you'd almost think that the Smash and Bash might be a little better.
That was
I don't know.
incredible.
They're pretty
Major
even,
props to you.
I think.
And please take this reward as a reward.
Yeah, both of them have Thorn Bark, does about 8. You get rid of the Mega Nuts on Nutcrafter, you get like the 5 acorns. Then, when you get rid of the Mega Nut here, you get the explosion that basically looked to be doing 30. I don't know if that's accurate or not. That's really about the only difference. I mean, if you put the Wow Pal with Smash and Bash, I feel like it'd be pretty good. But again, this was Series 1, and then Series 2 here. We've got maxed out now down Nutcrafter.
Some improvements.
Let's take a look here. How much? 28. Okay, so Acorn Croquet was pretty awesome. You've got to admit that. These are okay. Smash Mega Nut, if it's really doing 30, was impressive. Where I had trouble was I never really got to see the pollen plume. Essentially, every time we had those acorns, even from the Wow Pal, they should detonate and then in theory put the plumes on enemies, which, you know, slows them down, makes them easier to kill. Problem is, in the heroics, they die too quick. In gameplay, we can get a much better feel for Nutcrafter. But of course, right here, when he smashes the Mega Nut, all of those acorns then will do damage and then blow up and put the plume on people. The double nut kind of is lost with the Wow Pal. That's just real impressive. You know, I'm going to say this is a toss-up right now. I mean, a complete and genuine toss-up. However, if I had to take... If you put this Wow Pal Auto Nuts, which is going to be a series of nuts, I'm assuming it would still be 2 and not just constrained to 1 down the top path. I'd probably have to give the edge to Smash and Bash just because of Acorn Croquet, in all honesty. And then you, of course, got your combos, which if you incidentally hit that, you're going to do some mad damage. Nutcrafter, though, pretty good path. I mean, they are really close. It's just double nut, to me, is almost lost because of the wow pow. If this was like, if double nut was, say, like a plus 40 armor, then yeah, I'm going to have to say Nutcrafter. Issue is, you know, the wow pow just happens to kind of like complement the top path a little better, and then since it's so akin to double nut but far superior in every way, shape, and form, you know, it pretty much mandates the top path would be the better one. Again, because you have auto nuts as the wow pow, which covers double nut, and then you have smash mega nut, acorn croquet, and the two combos versus pollen plume and mega nut propagation. So this is starting to drop some frames. I'm going to end this. Since this happened late, I can maybe crop some of this out when I edit. I was afraid this would happen, but I'll have to give the edge, like I said, to the top path because of the wow pow. This is going insane now. It's dropping hundreds of frames. Questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube. Quicker response, the blog, oneofwisdom.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. This is currently at 580 frames, dropping them by the second, literally. So at this end, you're probably going to see the title for a long time. My apologies there. The good news is I don't think the recording was impacted. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you back for part 154 and Zook